Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. This is Marilyn Gale. This podcast will be part 1 of Seeking Sisters' Wives, the reunion. I don't think they had a reunion for the beginning of the series they did last year. So this is, to my knowledge, this is the first time they're having a reunion. Now, the episode, they feature all the couples, and this is the first time that the couples have really met. So each couple, they take a look at each other's experiences, and then they'll show their reactions or they'll ask for any input. The families include the Snowdens, which is Ashley, Vanessa, and Dimitri, the Alldredges, which is Jeff, Vanessa, and Sharis, the Winders, which is the first time I've mentioned them, or this is the first time I'm going to do any kind of recap with them, and they include Colton, Tammy, and Sophie, and the McGees, Bernie and Paige. Now, Bernie has a new look. He has covered the gray in his hair and the gray in his beard. And let me just tell you what I think about that. Some people might say, oh, he just covered his gray. I don't think it's as simple as that. To me, that's a person who's trying to look younger to appeal to another person. In my opinion, it's not that he's trying to appeal to his wife. He's trying to appeal to another woman. He's trying to attract another woman besides his wife. And later on, you'll see why I'm saying that. Okay, so there's flashbacks to the earlier episodes for each couple. Meeting their potential sister wife. First, the whole starts with the McGees and their trust issues. Paige admits that she has reacted because she was jealous in a lot of the incidents, and Bernie basically says everybody was in Paige's ear telling her is wrong and immoral what they are doing as far as bringing another sister wife. So he feels that's what brought on her mistrust for him. That may be part of it, but my opinion is she knows her husband. She's been with him for 16 years. She has probably seen him flirt with other women. She has probably watched him as he's looking at other women. There's some background to them. There's a reason why she is the way she is. Okay, now, the Snowden and the Alldredges, they chime in on the trust issues. The Alldredges says that with Jennifer, there was trust issues because she wasn't the person she said that she was, and their experience with her was shown with Jennifer, including her lying and saying she was in the hospital and then getting a text that she was dead. Now, from the reaction of all the couples, it's clear they didn't believe a word that Jennifer was saying. Like most of us. Once she said, she was in the hospital and she just acted like a catfish. And then after seeing them get that what's his name, Jeff, get that text saying that she was dead, the other couples kind of giggle and shake their head at the nonsense of it all. Now, the host asked the Alldredges, why the death part of it? What did they think about that? And they said, we really don't have any idea why she had to feel she had to put out that she was dead. Maybe just to make it final, to just stop all communication, which I think that's what it was. The producers wanted to know who, the producers all wanted to know also, and they dug up on social media a picture of Jennifer with a post saying, "Guess who's back, bitches?" Also, Jennifer claimed to be 8.5 months pregnant. She claimed that she was with a boyfriend at the same time that she was with the Alldredges, and that she claimed that she had a baby 5 pounds 9 ounces. And the host shows Jennifer in a video chat with the interview with the producers. The producers asked for pictures, and she said she was at her boyfriend's house, and the baby was asleep, and that she also said that her younger sister was the one sending the text about her being in the hospital and dying. The host asked everybody to raise their hand if they believe that there's a baby. And of course, no one raised their hands. They kind of, had a straight face, like, we don't believe a word she said. So Ashley chimes in and says that the way that she was acting, the way that Jennifer was talking, she didn't sound like a new mom at all. Not at all. So, Jennifer is on the live video chat, and she comes across very hostile because they did not believe that she was pregnant. And she asked, did anybody want to see the scars from her C-section? And me, I would have said, yeah, I want to see the scars. I would want to see what kind of excuse she came up. She offered, did anybody want to see the scars? I would have said, yeah, let me see the scars from that surgery. And I'm sure she would have made some type of excuse and refused. But I would have called her bluff. Now, she brought in her so-called sister into the video chat, who said she was behind everything. I believe that her sister is lying for her. And I don't even, that might be her sister, but I don't believe it. And actually, that's supposed to be Jennifer's younger sister, who she says is young and dumb. Well, it's hard to tell people ages, but she looked older than Jennifer. She didn't look like her younger sister. It looks like they put her in Jennifer and her decided to put her in a stool or a chair to make her look, Jennifer was up higher and her sister was down lower, to give the perception of her being younger. That's what I'm thinking, because she really does not look like a younger sister. So Jennifer apologizes for the things that happened. I believe she's lying, but she still sticks to her story that she's pregnant and she has a boyfriend, and her sister lied about being in the hospital and dying, but she apologizes. So Jeff says that Jennifer is coming to grips with what went down and that she's been caught, and now she has to own up to it. I'm not sure whether part of him believe it because he wants to believe it, or he's just saying that for the camera. But I hope that he doesn't believe her. I hope he's not backtracking, because if he is, he's gullible, because it's obvious. I mean, a new mother, if she had a baby, every new mother, even if she didn't want to show her face, they could have clouded out the baby's face. She could have covered the baby's face. And, even if she did that, who's to say she doesn't know someone with a newborn and she's going to pass off as her own. So nothing probably would have convinced a lot of us that she's telling the truth about anything. Now, the Winders are shown here. Now, I didn't do a recap of the Winders episode. Basically, they are the only family that, Bernie and Paige kind of hit on. She read the Bible and got the idea, but they seem to be the only family doing polygamy, due to their religious beliefs. And they tell of their experiences. Colton says him and Tammy have been married for over 8 years. They have a daughter that will be turning 3 years old soon. And Sophie says that they have not been out in public yet, all three of them together, and she doesn't want to hide it anymore. She wants to be out there. And a scene is shown where they're walking down the road hand in hand. Now, I often not often, but I refer to them as being boring, the reason why I didn't do the recap. And you know what? I'm kind of sorry that I didn't do the recap, because in my opinion, whether you agree with the lifestyle or not, in my opinion, they're the most honest of all the couples. Because listen, all these things is happening to these other couples. I know there's a point in our lives where things seem to happen back to back to back to back. But for the most part, things don't happen every day. Your day is not filled with drama every day. Getting a phone call here, this person's doing that, and every day of your life there's something, just dramatic happening. Like I said, maybe a season that happened, but that doesn't happen every day. At least not in my life. Not in my life. Real life is not these extraordinary experience every single day. So I kind of regret not doing that, because to me, like I said, I feel they are the most honest, the most truthful, and the most realistic couple of all four. Now, we're going to go to the McGees, and the scene is there in the trailer. So I guess that's the part where their house was on fire. So the scene kind of opens up, where they're in the trailer, and the host asked. It's kind of asked by the host, how they were led into the lifestyle. So Paige says that she was reading the Bible, and it spoke of a man who had all these wives, and that kind of inspired her to live that lifestyle. And supposedly she's the one that brought it to Bernie. But Bernie then says that even though she had not spoke to him about that, he was thinking on those lines, that's the kind of lifestyle that he wanted to live. Now, Bernie did say that they had attempted before of getting a sister wife, and that didn't work out. And the reason why I think Paige will act like she wants to do it, and deep inside she doesn't, I think she will keep stringing Bernie along to keep him interested. See, now Paige talks she talks a good game, but she doesn't want this lifestyle. I don't believe it's for her. I believe, like I said before, she's seen his side looks that he's probably given other women in passing. She's probably seen and heard him flirting with other women. I even believe they could be watching TV and there's a beautiful woman and he just is overly complimentary. You know what I mean? Complimenting the woman. She's been with him for a while, so I believe that she will always do something to end the relationship, like she did with Brandy. She would always do something to keep stringing Bernie along. And I may be wrong, but that's the way I feel about it. She just feel like he's got a wandering eye, and she's going to dangle that carrot of the sister wife and just keep on doing that until he gives up on it. And I believe that, I really believe that that's her game. Now, it was asked of Colton and his wives, since they have a daughter, what would they want for their daughter? So Colton says he would like a more open society of whatever his daughter decides, because that's not what he had growing up as far as plural wives. So if she decides, I guess that she wants to be one of the wives, that he just hopes that society is more open-minded about that lifestyle. Now, then it goes to the episode of the Yoni steam with the Snowdens. The other women is kind of intrigued by it. Actually, the men too. They kind of find it kind of funny, kind of humorous when she talks about the Yoni, when they show the scene where both of Ashley and Jennifer are sitting on that porta potty little thing. So they get a kick out of that. But Paige says she never seen anything like it. But Tammy and Sophie says that they asked each other, you want to do that? And oh yeah, I'd like to do that. So they seem very interested in doing that Yoni steam bath. Now, Dimitri, it shows a scene where Dimitri went out with Jocelyn. Remember that? And they had that affair. He said that it felt good that when someone is attracted to him, because they've been trying to go through this process for 9 years. So he admits to his wrongdoing. He admits that, he let his wife down. He admits to all that. But you know what? I think if given the opportunity, he would do it again. I really do. And I say all of this based on the fact that, okay, I'm just assuming that what we're seeing is what it is. Okay, it all could be fake, but I'm just going under the assumption that, and recapping as though this was all truth. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. So now they bring out Ashley's mom, Donna, and she comes out and sits, and they show the scene where Vanessa and Dimitri surprise Ashley and her when Ashley and her were in LA for Ashley's birthday. And then they show a scene of the goddess party, and the part where Vanessa's sister, yeah, I guess her name is Jennifer. I think it's Jennifer. She referred to it as a pyramid scheme. So Donna is asked, what is her fears for her daughter in these situations? And she says basically, she's afraid of the motive of the person coming into the family. And in this case, it would be Vanessa. She doesn't want her daughter to be hurt. Of course not. Of course she doesn't. And she mentions the rumors that she heard that Vanessa just wants to be on TV. Basically, one of Vanessa's best friends said it. And I don't remember them showing that part. So maybe it's it's a lot of part that's going to be on the editing floor, of course, and then they just pick out the scene. So it must have been something that didn't make it to the final episode, but she's afraid of the motive, and basically Vanessa's motive. So Vanessa, they switch the camera over to Vanessa, and while she's explaining things, she starts crying again. See, she's doing a lot of crying, which if you can cry on demand, that's something good, because you could get, it probably would open up the door to a lot of movie parts. To me, she's getting practice for pretending to cry. And she's getting good at it, I must say. She's almost believable. So I'm going to end this part 1, and part 2 will follow. Thank you guys for joining me. If you have not subscribed, please do so now and click that notification bell. And I'll be back with part 2. Have a good evening. Good night.